if crocheting is bad, I don't want to be good. And I don't think you want to be good either. So let's be naughty together. Hi, my name is Sig. This is Crochet and Fiber, and you, of course, are always welcomed here. Now, in this month's kit and pattern review, I'm going to be talking about nooking, or rather a specific pattern book for nooking. So I discovered that finding a book that specifically focused on nooking in the English language, something comprehensible, something with projects in it, was sort of difficult. There aren't too many of them out there, and I think the reason for that is because once you learn how to nook, once you learn how the basic vocabulary and the stitches, it's really quite a matter of just getting the knitted pattern that you like and using your nooking hook in order to nook it, using the same vocabulary used in knitting. So I think that's what the problem was or is, and I think that's really how it comes down to. But I think getting comfortable with the idea of nooking by itself can be the tricky part, right? So I wanted an actual book because I wasn't really sure if nooking, in the sense of nooking, was going to translate over to, to a knitting pattern that I might be interested in. I wasn't really sure how that worked. I'm not a knitter. And so I wanted the book. And I found a book, and it's a good book. And this is the book, Cozy Knits. This is a leisure arts book. It's something that I strongly recommend all of us English speakers who might be interested in nooking to get. It has different projects, basic projects. So you're looking at socks. You're looking at, a little dog sweater. You've got some leg warmers, some hats. I think this book is a really, really good start to getting you comfortable with the idea or the transitioning over to just simply using a knitted pattern. So I'm going to show you a few more other pics. I know this isn't very good, but let me see what else we've got in here really fast before I tell you more about, what I thought of the book. Now, there are several other pictures or patterns in this book, and so I was kind of impressed with the variety. I thought that was nice, especially if you're having trouble finding a book specifically focused on nooking that isn't simply just telling you how to do a small, quick beginner project, something that actually had projects in it. So I thought this was pretty good. And so the one project that caught my attention was called a lattice tunic. So I think you can see that. And I thought that lattice tunic was going to be perfect in terms of this yarn that I have to use. It's called Celery. It's Himalaya Airblown wool multi. Basically, if you're at all interested in it, it's just a blend. There's really not a lot of wool in it, but I've got several of these rounds, of these donuts, because I got them on sale a little while ago, and they were like $1 a piece. I think that's what they worked out to. So I purchased several of them with the intentions of either making a sweater or an Afghan or something along those lines. And I thought this was a great yarn to use for this particular pattern. And it was. And it's not super beginner. I think it's kind of an intermediate pattern. So it took me a minute to get going on it. But this is what the sweater is looking like now. I was hoping to have the sweater actually done for you at this point, but a couple of weeks back, 3 maybe weeks ago, I had managed to sprain my shoulder. And so crocheting isn't a problem for me to do, but the nooking motion is in many ways very similar to the motion I would make if I were knitting. And I've mentioned it before in other videos that when I knit, it's like I get like a carpal tunnel effect in my right shoulder, right? And that's the shoulder I sprained. And nooking is a very similar motion to knitting, and it's just not working out for me. Now, I can crochet all day long and never have any problems with my hands, never have any carpal tunnel effects, none of those things. But when I was, took a knitting class with my daughter, I had this weird carpal tunnel thing going on in my shoulder. And so I didn't like that. I didn't like the basic motion of knitting. I'm weird like that. If the motion isn't pleasurable, it's either comfortable and relaxing, or it's nails on a chalkboard for me. There's typically not a lot of in between. And so the motion of knitting is not my friend. And nooking, I found, because I've been learning to nook along with you, nooking, I found, has in many ways a very similar kind of movement to me, for me, the way I nook, that knitting does. And so right now that's not an option, but I did get quite a bit of this. And so I'll talk about that. So yeah, this is very much, you would never know this was nooking, right? Somebody would have to tell you this was nooking. This looks very much like that knitted stitch. I don't know the name of it. I probably should have looked it up. But the nooking, they call it kind of a lattice stitch. And then of course, here is the basic trim at the bottom of the sweater. And then the back of the sweater, it worked out to be very clean. The yarn did work out to be quite perfect for this particular project. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to finish this project or not. We'll just set it aside and I'll worry about it later to see if it's something I'm going to be interested in picking up again. But I did want to bring this up, is that just because I am not enjoying the process like I thought I might, doesn't mean you don't enjoy the process. And it's beautiful. The work turns out beautifully. The pattern that I followed in the book is a good one. So I'm recommending the book. I don't know about any of the other patterns, but I thought the book was great. I thought it explained how to do the technique very well. I was pleased with that. I was able to take this book and I was able to compare it to the stitching instructions in a knitting book that I have. And it was good. So I really think that if you need kind of little intermediary, sure, we'll go with that, between like super beginning learning to nook and jumping right into nooking your piece from a knitting pattern, this is a great book that's right there in the middle. And I think it will allow that transition quite smoothly for the most part. In terms of the fabric, I'm really pleased with the way the fabric turned out. I mean, granted, my stitches aren't perfect, so I don't, feel a little uncomfortable showing, but, what are you going to do? This is my, I made the socks, or rather the sock, for the one video that I did, and we talked about that, and I wanted to talk more about the book, and I wanted to see how the pattern worked up, and I'm really pleased. So I think it's something that you'll be interested in exploring. Again, it's my understanding that if you're interested in more nooking patterns, and if you speak German or Japanese, or are able to read those two languages, there are actually several different nooking books available in those two languages because, well, nooking became extremely popular in Germany, and then I believe that it was somewhat popular in Japan there for a little while. So these are our options. If there are any other knitting or nooking books out there specifically for nooking, I would love to hear about it. Drop it down in the comments below so maybe we can share that information with other people who are looking for more nooking material. All right. It looks like this is going to be a short video this week. I once again would like to thank you for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend. We will talk soon. Bye-bye now. Have a great one.